Hello there! Are you interested in a Titan Strand build that is not only the build of all time, but lets you relentlessly suspend adds in the air and get your class ability back non-stop to be able to slash enemies' faces and will still compete and do pretty well in endgame content? Oh, you do? That's sweet! Hi, I'm Heli, and I'll be showing you today a PvE build. Today. Yes. Now listen, just a disclaimer, I'm not a great PvE player of any sort by any standards. I've just been using this build for the past few weeks and I thought it would be fun to show off, you know, show you guys. I've also left a Destiny Item Manager build link loadout thing in the description, so if you want to click that, if you have Dim, and it will just equip the armor and fragments and all that good stuff for you, if you'd prefer that. Okay, cool. Anyway, hi, onto the video. Hi, this is me. This build is based around the Titan exotic helmet, Kepri's Horn, which, when you put down your barricade, it sends a wave of solar energy along the ground in front of you and back to you. And it was previously my understanding that this only works if you're on a solar subclass, but alas, much like people who think warlocks are underpowered, I was wrong. It does work with Strand, and you know what else works with Strand? Raid Shadow. No, just kidding. Throwing down your barricade and being able to entangle bad guys with this silly string or whatever it's called. Oh yeah, Strand. So you can have a blast of solar damage in front of you and hold up enemies. Have a blast, get it? You're having a blast while doing a blast of solar damage. And the best part about that is, kill 4 enemies with the solar blast itself, and you'll get your barricade back instantly. Didn't get 4 kills? No problem. Use the fragment Thread of Mind, which gives you class ability energy after defeating suspended targets. And what are you doing? Making targets suspended, and you'll have plenty of time to do so with the other aspect, Thread of Continuity, which essentially just extends the duration they're suspended for. Yeah, clues in the name. Okay, stay with me. Third aspect, Thread of Wisdom. Defeating suspended targets with precision final blows creates an orb of power. And lastly, Thread of Warding. Picking up an orb grants woven mail. Very important. Now I know what you're thinking, but Heli, I can't hit a headshot every time, even on enemies standing still. And don't worry, Clarence, me too. I am, as FaZe Jev would say, trash! Now listen to me, you're not stupid. Your helmet mod slots. Solar Siphon. Rapid solar kills create an orb. And don't lie to me, you probably have a crafted Callus mini tool with incandescent, so use that. You are now making orbs 2 different ways at the same time, with either a headshot or a double kill. So with that, enjoy almost endless woven mail. We also have a Void Siphon here because of the Void machine gun that you'll be using. Now, I'm fully aware that not everybody has a commemoration machine gun from the Deep Zone Crypt raid, so really the next best thing that a lot of people are going to have is the Deterministic Chaos, which is great fun. You want to know what else is great fun? Raid Shadow. No, but really though, you know when you're running Defiant Battlegrounds and you're against a bunch of enemies that have Void Shield? Just witness the bloody orbs you can make with a Void machine gun. Look at all those orbs. It's like a montage kill feed. What would you do? Montage, yeah. 7 on-screen orb, look at that. Pretty fun. Anyway, and because your mini tool is of course solar, you're also replenishing your barricade energy. 25% per kill. And we're not done with the shenanigans. We're leaning into woven mail even more here, because sometimes I like living. Moving on to your armor slot on your arms. We have Heavy-Handed and we have Focusing Strike. Heavy-Handed making an orb after you get a kill with a powered melee, so you know, the little slashy thing, that makes an orb. And Focusing Strike, when you cause damage with said melee, gives you, guess what? Class ability energy. What is your class ability energy? Of course, it's the bloody barricade. You can make orbs very fast this way, so that's 3 different methods of making orbs. And also, a gentle reminder, after killing a suspended enemy and picking up the blob thing, you know what I'm talking about, you could just throw it to the ground and it will just give you woven mail. Did I mention I like woven mail? It's like 60% resistance. How bloody good is that? Moving out to your chest slots now, charged up to increase the stacks of armor charge you can carry, alongside Void Reserves. Now, I suppose you can do what you want here. Emergency Reinforcement isn't really worth it in my eyes, so really I've just added orbs to stack and just have more of those. So if there's something better, then please do let me know. For leg armor slots, we have 2 Invigoration mods. Reduces melee cooldown each time you pick up an orb. In short, get slashy melee back very fast. And lastly, on the legs, we have Solar Weapon Surge. So obviously when you pick up an orb, you'll have increased damage with your mini tool, because I understand sometimes it's a bit of a marshmallow shooter, doesn't really hit that hard. And I think if you have 1 stack, it gives you 10% damage, so not bad, it adds up. Again, get a headshot on a suspended enemy, orb of power. Get a double kill with a mini tool, orb of power. So if this thing hits harder, then wonderful. And lastly, moving on to the Titan Mark, we have Distribution. Reduces all ability cooldowns when using your class ability near targets. Of course, that's the entire purpose of the barricade thing, you know. Hello ads on the ground beside me. Mush. and then you die, and then I get it more back, thanks. Along with that, of course, we're using Reaper. After using your class ability, your next weapon final blow spawn an orb of power. Can you imagine what I'm going for here? You put down your barricade, you get a kill. Now you just get a kill, and you'll get an orb. Your next kill is an orb. Congratulations. And I've used this build in Gambit, Defiant Battlegrounds, because of course, Barricade in Strand suspend enemies that also stuns unstoppable champions. So if there's a lost sector, for example, that's overload and unstoppable, perfect. Now, in the kinetic weapon slot, you can really use what you want. I always alternate between a Lingering Dread grenade launcher, which is just the typical blinding grenade launcher with auto-loading holster, and also Witherhoard is a really good shout. And alternatively, if you care more about champions, Wishender. Wishender is a banger, you know. Insane bow! Now, don't get it twisted here. This is purely for PvE. If I try this in Crucible, I'm gonna Tarzan myself off the map. But yeah, if you wanted a Titan build to give a try, give this a try. We got your Gambit covered, we got your strikes. GMs, I guess we'll have to see, because GMs are now out as this video is going out, so, you know, thank you very much for listening to this unbelievable piece of PvE advice. Give this build a try and tell me how you get on, fellow Titan people. Or don't, you can watch me on Twitch if you want. My name is Helicopter on there. Oh, I've got it on the screen right now. It's Helicopter. Get it? Because like, I say helicopter, because I'm British. But it's like shortened to Heli. It's like the origin of my name. Anyway, thanks for watching.